Hey guys, Rob here. Today's video, we're going to be checking out the Zeta 1 hot tent by Ankhiale Outdoors, and we're also going to be doing a solo overnight. So we're going to test this thing out in real life, see what it can do. This is a post intro because I accidentally recorded the actual intro in time-lapse mode. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't get that footage back. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before I give you guys the walk around on this here tent, I just want to say that this company is a fairly new company. They started in 2020, so right before COVID and everything got crazy. It was actually before COVID, I believe. So because the COVID stuff didn't really hit us here in the United States until I think it was like March is when people started getting wind of stuff. But company started right before then, so it's a fairly new company. There's only 4 guys running it right now, and they're working on a couple of new things. They're trying to put together a stove, tarp setup, and there was something else I can't remember, but I'll put it in here. They're trying to bring new products to the outdoor market, and I'm going to leave a link to their website in the video description if you guys want to check it out. So let's go ahead and check out this tent. All right, so we got the tent set up, and it was not hard at all. It took me, I'm gonna say, between 5 and 8 minutes max to set this tent up by myself. And I'm gonna show you guys, walk around it, show you guys some of the features and stuff, and just go over it so you guys can see what's up. So this is what the tent looks like from the outside. Now this is a 4-season tent, guys, so it's got this really nice dome design with all these cross poles to help support it for the snow and stuff like that. Yes, I know this is Florida, but we're gonna see how it does in our Florida winter. So it's got 2 vents, one on either side. This is where the living quarters would be. It's got 2 doors. This is the back door where the living quarters is. And you guys can see that it's got these flaps down here at the bottom. That's for the snow. That way the snow can pile up on top of that. As far as height goes, I think it's probably pushing about 5 foot maybe. It's pretty tall. And it's a very large tent compared to what I'm used to. I'm used to very like ultralight, tiny tents, you know. But yeah, so we got this cover here on the door. It's like a plastic cover to help keep the heat in. This unzips here. I forgot to mention one thing. This does have a stove jack port. So if you want to run a hot, like a wood burning stove, you actually could. So this comes up, and then this is Velcroed on, and now you have that opening there, so you can run the this stove jack through there. So let's finish opening up this door. That comes off like that. And then we have a really nice, this is like a no-seam mesh. This is really fine mesh material. This opened up. And both of these doors, this right here can actually be rolled back by itself. And then that can be rolled as well. And now if we go inside, it's kind of dark in here right now. Let me open up the other back door. So one of the really unique things about this tent is that the inside material is actually this Mylar. So it's going to help keep the heat in, especially like during the really cold months when you really need that warmth when it's snowing out. And then this is the living quarters here, which is half of the tent, which is huge. You could easily get 2 people in here for sure. This also has a screen door on it, and it also has a Mylar door, but I have that rolled back. You guys can see the living quarters is massive. And it's got a back door here, which I have opened up. Also has a Mylar door as well with that, so you can run either or. So now I'm gonna get inside the living area, or the actual tent part I should say. And if we look up, you got this right here. So you can put like items, phone, whatever, firearm, whatever you got. We got 2 doors or window vents here. And then there's another one on this side. And you guys see I have this in position so that I can see this fire pit out here. It's such a nice view. Really big, large door. Really good view from the door. But yeah, this thing is like a little apartment. And if I get all the way inside, get my shoes off. I mean, I can lay completely flat on my back. All right, so that right there was a tour of the actual tent itself. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get all my sleeping stuff and all my gear inside of there and ready to go. And then I'll give you guys a quick tour of how my setup looks with all my stuff. And then we're just gonna hang out for the rest of the night. So let's go. All right, let me show you guys what we're having for dinner tonight. Look at this thing. Big old T-bone steak. That's gonna be real good. We're gonna throw that on the grill. I got a couple of potatoes. And I got a stick of butter. So we'll do like baked potatoes. Should be pretty good. So let me show you guys our setup. Now we got my sleeping pad and everything inside of here. Really like the space that this tent has. Sleeping pad, and I was able to even get my backpack in here. I got plenty of room in this tent. And you guys see, look, I even have my chair in here. I'm actually gonna sit in it real quick. Oh, yep, plenty of room. Plenty of room. This is awesome. I'm telling you guys, it really feels like a little apartment in here. I might even set up my little table right here. This is great. So real quick guys, before I start my camp chores, aka collecting firewood, splitting firewood, I wanted to set up over here, but as you see, hogs have been through here recently. All over here, all through this. Let me get a close up for you guys. So anyways, pretty much as far as the eye could see around this area is all uprooted. I really wanted to set up here, but we're just gonna go right there. I don't think that they'll be back here, but you never know. We'll just have to deal with it. There's a lot up there as well. Pretty much this whole area. And I didn't want to set up out here in the open because there's a trail that comes straight through here and around here, and then the trail out of here is through there. So just don't want to be directly in somebody's path if they come through here. But yeah, all back there. So I think this spot's going to work good. Plus, once we get this fire going, we have a direct sight of it from our tent. We could look straight out to it, which will be really cool. So let's get some firewood going so that way we can get dinner going. This is my DIY Harbor Freight hatchet that I turned into a bushcraft hatchet. So I'm gonna definitely put that thing to the test today. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to use to start this fire, guys, is actually going to be fat wood. I'm not going to use any accelerants or anything like lighter fluid or anything like that. It's just going to be fat wood and my fire steel to get this thing going. That's all I got with me, so we have to make it work. So I'm just going to carve some feather sticks out of this fat wood. And then we'll put this underneath of our fire bundle that we have over there. That way it's ready to go when we want to get a fire going. I'm just going to keep repeating this process till we have a whole bunch of this stuff. All right, guys, pretty much done with all the camp chores, and it's dark now, or just about dark. You guys can see here, there's almost no light left. Yeah, I just stopped to take a break and sit inside this nice tent here with my chair inside of it. How crazy is that? And I'm gonna crack open this one right here. This is not the first, just so you guys know. Been a lot of work today. Cheers, guys. But yeah, put this little Harbor Freight hatchet to the test. I modified it. I reworked the head on it and even the handle. So pretty cool. This thing definitely worked really well, and it was only like 12 bucks. I mean, obviously you put some work into it, but the cost was $12. And then the Kydex sheath, what are we at, 15 bucks? But yeah, fully custom build right there, even the sheath. And I'm just chilling now. Got a thermocell inside of here, keeping the mosquitoes away on my little table here, and just gonna relax. I'm gonna get that fire started here soon. I just needed a second to sit down and just relax. I've been at it all day, guys. All day. Pretty much recorded one trip and then immediately started recording this trip. 2 separate trips over the course of 2 different days, back to back. So yeah, I'm pretty beat. But what I do know is that it's supposed to drop down to like 50, I think 52 or 53 today. And I'm gonna see how well this tent holds up with condensation, and I'm hoping that I don't have to use my sleeping bag. So looking forward to that. I also like that it has the Mylar inside because it's reflective, so my light is casting all around in here, so it's lighting the whole thing up. Really cool idea. So we got dinner done. Big old juicy T-bone steak. And we got some potatoes. I'm gonna dig into that right now. Good morning, guys. Just woke up not long ago and just want to talk about this here tent and my experience throughout the night with it. And let me tell you, I'm very, very, very impressed with this tent. So I'm gonna open up the vent here so we can have more light and get some ventilation in here. So last night it actually got down, early this morning it was down to like 52, I think. And my sleeping bag, you guys see I have here. Normally I get inside of it, but all I did is I just unzipped it fully and I just covered myself like a blanket. And to be honest, I really didn't even need it. I was actually very comfortable in here. I wasn't hot, but I wasn't cold. And there was no condensation built up on any of the walls inside here, because I guess this is like a double wall tent because we have a tent within a dome tent. So there's no condensation whatsoever in here, which is very nice. As far as those pockets and stuff go, this is how I use them. So I put my phone and my power bank in there along with my Garmin headlamp in this pocket. This tent has so many pockets inside of it. It's perfect, because usually, you know, you get a tent and it only has like 1 or 2 pockets in it, but this tent actually has the perfect amount, I think. And there's also even pockets down on this end here, all along. Let's see how many pockets we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 5 pockets along each side. And then we also have this really nice, I forgot what this thing's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That way you can put your stuff up there. And I put my hat up there and my bandana. And I still had room to put my backpack over here on this side. So let's open this up. And I like how you have the option to keep the Mylar up or down. So this unzips very easy. The zippers are smooth, all one-handed. I mean, there's no issues at all with that. And then we have this mesh door, really wide door, and that gives us access to look outside. And then we also have the mesh door zipper. Get that out of the way, and now we have access to the rest of the tent. So this is what our view would look like if we were just sitting here with our legs kind of hanging out. So much space in here, guys. And when we roll this door back here, I mean, look how tight that rolls back. Some tents, you know, these things can get kind of floppy and stuff, but that rolls back nice and tight. And I'm kind of OCD with this kind of stuff too, guys. So so the dome part does have condensation built up, but it's not a lot. Which is expected because, you know, it's kind of like a double wall tent, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm gonna sit in my chair here and show you guys the rest of my apartment. And this is what the bedroom part looks like of this tent from the outside looking in. You guys see I have plenty of space. I got my chair in here, my table, hatchet, all that stuff sitting on there. I got the firebox in here. Plenty of space. And then if I sit down in the chair and we look at this side here, got the cooler in here and stuff and my first aid. Huge tent. Could definitely get another chair in here and another person for sure. And I'm gonna see if I can drag my wife out here to do an overnight in this, maybe do like an island camp video with this tent. This would be really nice to bring for that. Now if I didn't close up this plastic part, the actual door, it's like a solid door, if I didn't close that up, I'm sure that there probably would be almost no condensation inside this tent, just because I would have all that airflow in here. But I closed it up last night. I wanted to test everything out the way it's supposed to be used in you know, really cold months and stuff, and really cold environments. And so far so good. Another thing I forgot to mention is that there's vents up here as well, and they can be zipped closed. All the seams are all seam taped really good, stitched really well, solid. I don't know about you guys, but breakfast is calling my name today. So let's get to eating. All right guys, we got breakfast done. Let's show you guys what we got here. Eggs and bacon, cooked over the fire. Definitely about to dig into this here. Eggs look perfect. Try some of this bacon. This is the thick cut bacon. See how the yolk is kind of runny like that, just a little bit? That's how I like it. All right, so just finished off all that food and now I'm stuffed and lazy. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, Kyle Lee, for sending me this tent. Ankhiale Outdoors, I really appreciate it. This tent is awesome. That's the only way I can put it. It's awesome. I love that it's got the tent part that you can sleep in, which is huge. I like how it's got the Mylar inside here, and also too, it's like kind of dark, which is nice, so you can really get a good sleep. I like that it's got this like living quarters area or living room, I would say, where you can kind of hang out and stuff and do tasks or whatever. You don't have to be in there. It's great. It's really nice. And I'm not used to this. I'm used to setting up a tent and then setting up a tarp. That way I have this kind of area to hang out in. And with this tent, I have all that in one. So I'm definitely going to be using this thing again for sure. Really fun setup. Thinking about maybe taking it on like an island trip or something. That would be pretty cool. Not much else left to do. Our time is pretty much running out here, and I got to start getting everything packed up. So I got to get the fire completely out, reorganize the wood for the next person that comes here. That way they have some extra wood. What else do we have to do? Yeah, just clean some dishes and stuff, pack everything up, and carry all this stuff out, because I have a lot of stuff that I carried in. My backpack, this tent, my cooler. Yeah, quite a bit of gear, but it was worth it. The other thing I forgot to mention earlier was that a wild turkey ran past, a big one, a tom, with a beard that was probably like at least 10 inches. And he came flying through here. I didn't have enough time to get out my camera, and then ran around that way, around the fire pit. But he was a good big freaking turkey, and he just took off. He was by himself, and I kind of waited around to see what might have spooked him, because he seemed like he was spooked. Nothing else came by. I didn't hear anything else. So usually they're in packs, you know, they're usually with, you know, other turkeys, at least from what I've seen. But yeah, if you guys like the video, do me that favor, hit the thumbs up, share the video with somebody, subscribe if you're new as always, and until next time guys, hope to see you on the trail with me. Peace.